Alright guys, so today I'm going to be washing the car. It's been needing a wash for a while, but I just haven't had time because I've been working on the front suspension project. But I got some time today, so I'm going to be washing this. I'm going to be using a rinseless wash is what it's called, where you don't need to use a hose. So it's good if you live in a condo or an apartment complex where you don't have access to running water when you need to wash your car. This technique is very safe and it'll keep you from scratching your paint if you do it properly. So I got myself a nice cold Bartle Skeet. We're going to crack into washing this car and I'll show you what I'm using right now. Alright, so this is what I'm going to be using today. This is Ultima Waterless Wash Plus. It's a concentrated solution, so you use like a very, it's really good for like diluting. So for this situation, it's called a rinseless wash. And I have this bucket over here which has 1.5 gallons of water, and I add 10 milliliters of this solution to that water, and it makes it like have lubrication and stuff. Normally you could just use that on its own, but since this car is pretty dirty, I also have a waterless wash mix, which is with the same stuff, and it's a this is a 32-ounce bottle, and you put 3/4 ounces in here, so it's like that much, and it makes all this solution. So this bottle right here costs $20. I'll put a link in the description below. Very, very good stuff. I love it. In this bucket right here, I have 1.5 gallons of water, and I have 3 microfiber towels just soaking in there, and that's what I'm going to use to wipe the car down. I'm going to show you guys the proper procedure for doing this type of cleaning. Alright, so I got you guys on head camera. I hope you guys can hear me pretty well. So here is the bucket with the towels. I got 3 of them in there. That's enough for this car. If you have a bigger vehicle, you may need more. If you have a smaller vehicle, you may need less. So this is how I do it. So I got my bucket right there. So I come over. We'll just start right here. So normally, like I said, you could just use that on its own, but I'm going to use some of this waterless wash to give it that little extra bit of lubrication. So I'm just going to come in here and give it some good spritzing. Get it nice and wet. Okay, so I got that section wet. Now I'm going to pull one of these towels out and give it a little bit of a wringing. Now you don't want to get it all out because you still want it to be a little bit wet, but you don't want it to drip. So I do it that way. Now you fold it up into quarters like so, and you come in here and you kind of got to do like a scooping motion so the dirt layers up like that and it doesn't just clump up in the front, because then you're just rubbing dirt on the paint. So you kind of have to scoop it like that. So I'll show you guys that right now. So do you see how it kind of, instead of just clumping up right here, it kind of layers? Now I could flip this back, come and do the second side. So it's like that. So that's how you do it without scratching. But now this side is soiled, so I need to flip it over and come and do it with the other side. So do that and scoop, and then get a clean spot, and I just need to touch up some of these little ones like so. Okay, so this area, this section is cleaned, except that spot. So now I'm going to set this towel aside like that. Now I'm going to grab a dry towel and fold it in the quarters. Now you're going to need 1 or 2 dry towels so that you can wipe it like so. And you have to come back once the towel gets kind of wet. This one was fine because it's brand new, but once the towel gets wet, that's going to be your bulk wipe off, so you can get all the droplets off, and then you come in with a secondary towel to get all the little streaks left, and then you're left with a clean surface. So that's the clean surface. I'm going to get a light to show you how I didn't scratch it in the process, so I'll be right back with a flashlight. I got a flashlight right now. So if you look at it, you can see that it is still swirl free. There's some water spots on there. That's just because I didn't clean it off. I need to do some waxing later too. But there's no more swirls than there normally is on this part of the car. So I'm going to continue on and I will time lapse the rest of this. So once a towel has been soiled, it's dirty, you never put it back in the water. I just set it down on the side of the lip right here, but never put the towel back in the water. The water is for clean towels only, so when it gets dirty, just grab a new towel, just wring it out. Now we're going to get back to work. And if a towel falls on the ground, put it aside and get a new one. Alright, so the car is all washed now. As you can see, it's a lot shinier. I used a lot more than 3 towels. I used 1, 2, 3, 4 towels, and I had to get some new ones because I dropped, or this one's been used. I dropped that one, and I had to get these ones for my drying process. So I used a lot of towels, but normally you won't have to use that much towels because it won't be this dirty. But everything's all nice and clean now. You can see the back looks all nice and shiny. I haven't really done a full walk around on this car because it's kind of tight quarters back here. I got the new ride height. If you want to see that video, I'll link that in a card somewhere up in the screen. Now that it's all cleaned, I just got to get some sealant on this to get rid of some of the water spots and put a new layer of protection on it because it's been a while. If you want to see how I did that, I will link a video in the description and I'll put a card up somewhere. It's maintenance detailing after a year, so I show you guys how to wax in that. So, as always, thanks for watching. If you're not subscribed, please consider subscribing. Comment, let me know what you think down below, and give it a like. That really helps me out. So, as always, thanks for watching, and I will see you on the next one.